Hey there, Julia Rose here. I pray this message finds you at the precise time you need it. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else to find. This person has been waiting a long time to confront you about how they really feel about you. And I wasn't initially going to use the word confront, but it feels like this person's needing to muster up so much courage to face you because of how conversations in the past have gone with you. And this is someone you might not necessarily be expecting to hear from, or someone that you had this conversation with that you expected to be so impacted by your words and by your actions as a result of whatever went down. But this person really recognizes your power in a way that you have never been able to see. And it's because of that they've been incredibly jealous of that without even being able to articulate without even being able to articulate maybe that they have been jealous of you because of this quality. The first card out was the King of Roses, the executive producer. And immediately this person is someone that it's like they see you as someone that has everything under control. You know what you're doing, you know where you're going, you know what you think about that, you know what you feel about that, you know what you're going to say in every single situation and every single circumstance. And it feels like you always have a response for something. Like you're never out of ideas, this person's thinking. Like you're never dull in a conversation. Like you always know how to pick something up or ask an interesting yet probing question and see where things go. Like your instincts are something that this person really admires in you. And you might not be feeling this way about yourself, that you do have reliable instincts, that you are the kind of life of the party that everyone wants to connect with and wants to hear from because of the way that you engage in conversation. This spirit wants you to stop doubting yourself so much, but I feel like the way this person's gonna communicate to you is also gonna have you in that energy of like, whoa, I didn't think that I was thinking so negatively about myself. And I'm seeing here with the Hierophant. And, and whoa. And the Queen of Swords. That it feels like this is, you've constantly felt like you were threatened, and you constantly felt like you were in this competitive and cutthroat energy because of the way that you have been perceiving and the way that other people have been reacting to you your whole life. And something about this conversation that you're going to have with this person is going to completely, I'm hearing, eradicate the negative self-perceptions that you've had. Some of you have had this idea that you're the problem. You're the reason that people act funky. You're the reason that people that are friends with you switch up like that. You're the reason that things just go wrong. And Spirit is bringing this conversation around to you to remind you of how genuinely false that is. And you have the privilege of being able to self-reflect. And you might be like, Julia, what the heck? How can you even say that like that? But the truth is that some people have soul contracts in this life that it is much more difficult for them to really figure out how to move out of unconscious behavior and into conscious behavior, from autopilot thinking and behaving to conscious decision making. And you as a soul have had so much experience trying to align yourself with your conscious awareness. And so naturally to you, it's something that comes so easily. So people that are in competition with you see that this comes so easily, and you don't fully get that. It's like they've had to struggle so hard for something that you just naturally ace. Yeah, it's like you naturally ace. That's funny. The next card was the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Rings. Like, I'm hearing you make it look so easy. You make it look so easy to the point that people might not understand how much you suffer quietly or behind the scenes around certain things when you're having to heal from things that hurt you. Three of Swords. People don't see how much you're having to take care of yourself, and I'm hearing like mend yourself, like pull yourself back together behind closed doors. It's like you have such a vivacious personality and you're so kind of animated when you connect with people that they don't really perceive you as a person that has to struggle. Even if things aren't going your way, you always have a way of like making it work out for you, right? And this is something that really astounds people. Like you have the power to change anything in your life. Genuinely. And there's a lot of people recognizing that. There's a lot of people recognizing your personal power. And I feel like there have been people in the past that have been incredibly threatened by this quality in you, but you're at a point right now where you're just really starting to come into your own awareness around just how powerful you are to be able to make the choices that you've made, not feeling like there's been the same stakes. So what do I mean by that? Spirit's saying that the kind of changes that you've been making in your life are kind of low stakes to you, in the sense that for you, it's easy to shift careers. For you, it's easy to pick up and leave a place that you've called home your whole life to go live a life somewhere else. I mean, not that it's like not difficult. Like this has absolutely been something that you've struggled with. Whatever changes, whatever power moves you were making, they haven't just been like easy for you. It's come with a lot of soul realignment. You've been doing a lot of work to really just understand what it is that you need to do that's best for you. And while people perceive as like, so maybe for those of you that are considering moving or have just moved, the stakes for other people looking at you, they're like, they won't do it. That's too much to risk. That's too much to change. And you're just like, what? It's like, no, it's the only choice here. It's the only logical choice, and it makes perfect sense. Other people recognize in you that you trust the unknown. And you might be terribly afraid, and you might just sit here and be like, oh, excuse me, that's not true. But you absolutely do. You're not afraid to learn new things. You're not afraid to step out on a limb and rediscover yourself. You're not afraid to put yourself out there and try something new. The risk for you might be like, here, yeah, it's not like it's autopilot, it's easy, but yeah, you got to put some effort in. You got to like really hype yourself up for it. But you take that leap of faith anyway. For other people that don't have the ability to, or the soul contracts to be able to navigate things the way that you do, or feel as supported by spirit moving the way that you do, for them, that might be reaching for a rung that is 5 feet higher than they can jump for. So you don't get how powerful you are to be able to make the decisions that you make to change your life and to change yourself. You might just be like, oh yeah, it's another day. And they're like, holy macaroni. How do they do that? And I feel like someone's about to come forward here and tell you something that this might be the last person you expect this from. That they're going to come to you and be like, hey, you really did that thing. And I got to say, like, I was shocked. And you pulled it off, and I'm still shocked and I'm impressed. And this might be someone that has never really complimented you in that way. Or this might be someone that you always thought had beef with you. Maybe this is even an ex that was like, oh, they can't do it without me kind of energy, as like, okay, we'll take that as a confirmation. But you're very much looking at things in a new way, okay? And I feel like, this is so interesting. Something's gonna, tell me more about this, Spirit. Because I'm seeing justice here. But it's like the hot seat. Someone's gonna be, okay, this could go a couple of ways here. Either you're gonna feel challenged by something that someone says to you, or the way that you respond to however this conversation arises is going to shine so much light on this person that you're connecting with that they're just going to be like, huh? And they're going to start feeling the heat. They're going to start feeling the pressure of like, oh, whoa. Wait, what? For some of you, this is a completely different conversation where you're going to be asking someone to take responsibility or to take accountability, and they're just going to be, they're going to like glitch, okay? They're going to glitch a little bit. But what I'm seeing here is that I'm hearing just like water under the bridge. You're just letting go. You just are like, whatever this is it's not enough of an emotional, it's not as much of a source of importance to you and the scale of how things are moving in your life for you to have anything other than compassion around the situation, or for this person who's struggling to come to terms with what you've already come to terms with. Queen of Cups. And there's going to be a lot of realizations that take place in this conversation that you're just going to be like, what? Or this is how they're going to be feeling because of literally you just being yourself and speaking the way that you speak and just saying the thing. Maybe this is someone in your past that feels like your growth is like a personal offense to them. Or maybe in the past that's how they did view it, but now they're starting to reflect a little bit deeper and take accountability for their triggers and wonder, okay, well, why is it that seeing this person do this thing or seeing collective shine like this is just pissing me off so much? Why is that? Why is their happiness and their just like foolish gaiety that's a really interesting way to say that, their foolish gaiety just, it's delusional, but I don't understand. They're confounded, and they don't understand how you can behave like that. And again, it comes back to all of these things that they never saw you go through. It comes back to all these things that they thought they knew about you, that they really just were projecting what they wanted to believe and see in you over you. Because what I'm seeing right now is that you're in this energy of like, if I don't know what's in alignment with me, I'm going to figure it out and try things out until I figure it out. And I feel like your ability to take risks is something that they admire, but it also reflects back to them how much they've been holding themselves back, which is a really tough thing for them to reconcile with. Some of you, this person might have like been comparable to you in skill, talent, whatever. And now it's just like the energetic disparity, like the energetic gap is just like a chasm. And they're starting, and they're seeing like that how do you even describe this energy? It's 10 of Cups, 9 of Swords. Because on the one hand, they're like, whoa, they're really doing it. And then at the other side of it, they're thinking, whoa, if that's not the biggest, heaviest reality check that I've ever had, because of you fearlessly pursuing your joy and you making peace with things that have plagued you at an unprecedented rate. I'm hearing maybe your motto is something like live and let live. You're just in this energy now where you're like, I'm just focusing on me. All of these things that you went through have forced you on that journey of just really letting others take accountability for themselves. And in that journey, thank you, Spirit, in that journey, you've been able to pursue your joy so relentlessly because you know what it is you want. Okay, I'm not saying that this is engagement or proposal for anyone here, but maybe this is someone that you were in a long-term relationship with and they didn't understand why you weren't wanting to take things a step further with them. And maybe they felt blindsided by that. But at the same time, if this was someone that you're friends with, that you've always had these hopes and dreams and these aspirations that you've been committed to pursuing, even if it's on a timeline that others don't understand, the fact that you've been able to still grow and find success no matter where your life is taking you is reflecting back to these people that you're connecting with and having these conversations with, just how much they've been holding themselves back, how much they really are their own worst enemy. Like, you came to terms a very long time ago with how much your mind can stand in your own way, how much unconscious behaviors and fears and being surrounded by the wrong people can hold you back from what it is that you want. And you took all of those risks. You took all of those leaps of faith. And some of these other individuals that you're connecting with, maybe they made new choices too, but they didn't move in a direction that was similar to where you were going. And you could feel that gap was widening. So you just let go. And they're starting to see how much they were purposely misinterpreting your actions, purposely misjudging you. Well, dang. I want to continue this over on Patreon. We're gonna go deeper into how this conversation's playing out and what this person's like really realizing, because I see that you're going to be picking up on something in that realization that you catalyzed, which is going to move you forward. Okay, the link to find that reading is in the description box below over on Patreon. You can join me over there. If you're new here, welcome. I love you. Welcome to our soul tribe. If you're coming back, I love you. All right, I will see you in the next one. Take care.